everyone, and welcome back to Heidi's house. This is your host, Queen Bee Heidi B. And today's featured guest is DJ Education. I'm very excited to hear more about his house music journey. So, are you ready? Then let's go. So, here he is. DJ Education is in the house.
Yes. Thank you.
Welcome.
It is an honor to be here.
Welcome to Heidi's house. And likewise, it's always great to explore different house music journeys, and I'm very excited to hear about yours. So once again, welcome warmly to Heidi's house. And as you know, this is a very snapshot kind of a little podcast that takes a little peek into your house music journey. How did you get into this thing called house, and a little bit then exploring your profile, so to say, and your background, and then a little glimpses of what is to come next. So thank you again. And if you're ready,
I'm
DJ
ready.
Education, then let's go to the first question. So tell us a little bit, who is DJ Education?
Well, DJ Education is a father, a lover of the house culture, as well as a person in recovery. My job outside of music, I work at a recovery center in Philadelphia for people who struggle with addiction and alcoholism. I myself, at one point in my life, had been through some struggles. So to be able to give back to those people that are in need of somebody with motivation and to lift them up. Where I come from in Philadelphia, PA, we have one of, within the United States, biggest epidemics for opiate and substance abuse. So to be where I'm at and to come from where I am, DJ Education is a very strong-willed, happy-minded individual who is honored to be a part of the process of house music. House music has saved my life.
Oh, such a beautiful introduction, and very important cause. Thank you for contributing to both of these things, to house music and also supporting people in their recovery journey. Very important. So we are very happy to have you here. And I'm gonna ask you now, same question that I tend to ask from many, let's say, more seasoned guests who have been around for a while. What got you to house music? Can you tell the early experiences, your house music early?
For me, my experience starts back in 1999. The rave culture and scene was still thriving. Everything was based off of love and unity. Like I said earlier, where I come from, it's a dark space, and going into a club space in Philadelphia. We had a club in Philadelphia called Club Space. At any given point, anywhere from 1,000 to 2,000 dancers and people. Walking in there, my cousins from New Jersey had offered to take me there. So for me, it was a whole different world walking into that, coming from the space where my living environment is to walking into a club and hearing the sound of house music. They played every genre throughout the night, from drum and bass to trance, progressive house, hard house, and regular classic house. I heard an individual by the name of DJ Freedom, and it was just like my skin got the goosebumps. It was like I got bit by what they, like you say, and I say, the house bug.
Yes, house bug.
I mean, I couldn't get my eyes off of the DJ booth. And for me, through everything that I've been through, hearing that, and at that particular moment, prior to walking in there, I never knew what I wanted to truly do in life. And hearing that and that sound and the effect that it had on me, I knew at that moment that I wanted to be engulfed in everything that was going on there. Um,
Yeah.
I stalked the DJ booth and started getting some info on things that I needed, um, and how to go about it. I started off on two belt drive turntables,
Okay.
vinyl. Um,
Wonderful.
I started immediately obtaining all the information on where our local record stores were. We had one in Philadelphia; it was very big. 611 Records. Mr. Nigel Richards owned 611 Records, and
Oh,
also as well as Sound and Market Records. Rest in peace, Randy Flash. Randy Flash, uh, him, DJ Freedom, like they took me underneath their wing, and I feel like immediately they had emphasized that my sound for the house music and for I had just had the quality and the taste as if it was already put into me. You know,
yes.
years on and off. In space until they had a closing. They eventually closed down, but I had through the course of that time, in a very short span of time, within I'd say about 6 months, practicing on those belt drive tables where you have to ride the
Yeah.
pitch every bit of
Yeah.
the way. Uh, I kind of
You learned
honed,
it in the hard way, so to say.
yeah,
Yes.
yeah. I honed my skills and it started to be
Mhm.
noticed. I did a couple appearances on WKDU, Drexel University, in Philadelphia, a college radio station. We have an electric music marathon here yearly. That's for
Wonderful.
it could be for the specific thing like for cancer or whatever it is. It's to raise money. It's a 3 day a
Yeah.
marathon on the station, and it was like immediately keeping the positive vibe and staying around the right people. I just got in, and I mean, through the grace of God, it was where I needed to be at, and it potentially it took me to a great place in life. Addiction veered that off through the
Mhm.
course, off and on. Uh, I'm fortunate now that coming up on close to 2.5 years now, I've had continuous sobriety, um,
Congratulations.
and things are just so amazing. The amount of things that are occurring in my life, like this interview, uh, also being a broadcaster on radio WAAH, we're all about house. Um, things are just at a point in my life that could have been 10 or 15 years ago.
Hmm.
I was just foolish in making bad decisions. So today,
Yeah.
by the grace of God, I'm here and I'm here to, God has me promoting a message, my message of strength, hope, courage, positive motivation, you know?
Yes, yes, beautiful message. And a few comment that came to my mind. I'm always having a huge respect for the people who start DJing with the vinyls because you truly go through the hard school and you truly have to train yourself and train the ear and become very meticulous with the sound and selections and everything. So shout out for you and respect for doing that. And then the second thing is that yes, I feel what you were saying. It resonated very well. We sometimes have all these kind of other battles that might steer us away from our true purpose and true passions and things that really light us up, so to say. But I firmly believe also that even though obstacles happen, it actually gives you afterwards even more bigger boost because you know that we don't our time is limited here on this planet
Correct.
earth, and when we are at that stage that we truly can then start to work on our passion and so on, we know that there's no time to waste, and
All
it's
right.
kind of like, it somehow still comes back to you in that boost and in that motivation. So I think that God had you going through this journey so that you could become exactly the way that you are now, and can focus and build that path that is meant for you.
Being one of his strongest warriors. Life is precious. We don't have a lot of time on earth, so I have to give it my all at any given moment.
Exactly, exactly. Words of wisdom right there. All right. Now, you told us already a bit what got you to DJing, and the early beginnings of your DJing and house music journey. Now, I'm very interested to know, DJ Education, musically thinking, who are the artists or producers or DJs that influence you most and inspire you most?
Okay. I'll say in my very early years, DJ Sneak, Derek Carter, uh, Masters at Work,
Yeah.
um, people like Johnny D and Nikki P, Henry Street Music. That label was one of my very first few vinyl purchases within my first five vinyl purchases in the beginning. So, with DJ Sneak being on that label, I mean, those guys and that type of sound is what, was a true inspiration. Hearing elements of disco and just that cabaret of sound was definitely
Yeah.
something that intrigued me. Moving forward, uh, I started getting into, I wouldn't say as much tech house, but as the sound starts evolving, to go back a little bit though, Paul Johnson, uh, Paul
Mm,
Johnson, Paul Johnson, rest in peace, Paul Johnson. Paul played a big, and Stacy Kidd as well. They
mm,
played a big part in me discovering music. I discovered your track Butterfly through Paul Johnson.
wow,
Yeah.
wonderful.
Paul had your track on a playlist, and with everything being digital, uh, I had to start looking at these guys and going through what they had listed on TrackSource, and just really, really digging deep. There's so many great people out there. I mean, Oscar P, Jihad Muhammad, uh,
Yeah.
the Sync Mafia. Shout out to DJ Techniques, DJ Spen, uh, just all guys like that you can see are in the forefront, and they're producing good quality music. They're not taking
Yes.
something and constantly redoing it and redoing it and redoing it to the point where it doesn't sound like a remix or a re-edit. Uh, Guys like Titan Davis does amazing edits. People like Ron Carroll, rest in peace,
Yeah.
Ron Carroll. Uh, Guys like that, always been a Tony Humphries fan,
Yeah.
as well as Larry Levine. Me and Larry
Mm.
share the same birthday. I'm July
Oh,
20th. Yeah, I'm July
oh,
20th. So it's like as I move on in life, I start to see that my connection is more in depth at times than I know as I start doing more discovering.
yes, yes. It's all in different levels, I would say. Really
Yeah,
different levels. Yeah, exactly.
absolutely.
Discover. Um, Beautifully said. And now, for any viewer, if you are not aware of those really inspirational DJs, producers, and artists, please check their music out. He just named very influential names who truly have that quality sound that are very like instrumental to the sound of house music.
Yes, yes,
Right.
yes.
Yes. So now I'm interested to know about your own DJing style. If you would describe the elements when listening DJ education, mixing, doing a gig, doing a radio show, what are the elements that describe your sets the best?
I would say as of recently, very much well known for Jack and House.
Mhm.
I try to take all the older elements of things from the late '90s, early 2000s, songs like Odyssey from Masters at Work. I try to take
Mhm.
sounds like that and I incorporate them into new current soundscapes. Uh, Things that are being put out today, if I feel that they have an original authenticity to them, I will adapt the older to the newer, and I always try to tweak in a little bit of Latin and Brazilian within my set. So you'll get a nice Jack in House Latin Brazilian set within there. And and occasionally I have a nice intricate way of fitting something soulful, within the empty cracks.
Yes, 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 yes. I vibe very well to the sets, what I have heard from you, and it really has that celebration element there, the musicality, the rhythmical part, and melodic part, and so forth. So it is very enjoyable and danceable. Makes me want to dance, you know. So I think that's always a good sign. You know, when listening to the mixes, if you
Yeah,
naturally
I'm
start to.
I'm so humble. I'm so humble. Within being in recovery, I keep myself so humble that sometimes I don't notice how much others notice me. You know,
Mm.
I'm so focused on the music, and I'm so focused on every set trying to increase my performance and try through the music. I want the music to tell a story as I'm playing.
Yes, 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 yes. Beautiful. Beautiful approach to that. Are there any kind of advices that you would like to give as a professional DJ to any beginning DJs?
Absolutely. Um, do your research on music and artists you like. Don't follow trends. Follow what guides your heart into a spiritual place to give you quality of the house music. Um, Within practicing whatever device you're using, a controller, turntables, try to stay free of touching the platters. Learn how to use the pitch. Pitch
Mm.
and fader. That's how I was taught. I was taught pitch and fader. We didn't have a full EQ when I was learning.
Yeah.
I learned with one bass, one treble, pitch, and EQ. And to stay locked, on your pitch and your fader. Uh,
Mm.
that'll help you increase and get your beat matching down. Always be aware of queuing up, and just feel the rhythm. If you got the love for the music, and then you can feel the rhythm. But that would be my advice for the moment. uh yeah, just along the lines of that. I mean, and drive whenever you play. Drive as hard as you can. Don't
Yeah.
put Do not put limitations on your performance whatsoever. Don't put a limitation to say, well, I want to sound like this one, that one, and that one. You
Mm.
want to be known and your sound for you. It's all these years later, for me personally, just now at this point in my life, people are starting to truly notice me for a quality sound, and that took me over 20 years to build. Some get it quicker than others, but that would be the
Consistency is the key. I'm
yeah.
hearing there, and to keep on working on your craft. And I share a lot of those advices. You know, I agree with them. And really, the point where you mentioned about not trying to limit yourself, really doing your own sound and being creative, super important, I would say, because that's the thing that makes you stand out, even if it would take some time. But people will notice when you do your own sound, and you will eventually, gradually gather that audience, and it will grow while you consistently develop
Never
your
give up.
sound.
Never
Exactly.
ever give up. Even if you feel like you are not where you want to be, never give up and continue to move forward.
Wonderful advice. Now we are in about halfway of our interview, and now I would like to hear more. What got you into radio programming
Radio.
and radio
Okay.
stuff? Yeah.
So when the pandemic was happening, um, is when I started to get back into everything. Like I said, prior to all that, I was a vinyl DJ. I had came in a point in my life where I wasn't sure if that was the full direction I wanted. I just wasn't in position to have a safe spot for my vinyl and my equipment. So unfortunately, I rented it over to somebody that could probably have gotten some better use out of it at the moment. So when the pandemic hit, and at that point everything was digital, I went and got a controller. Um, I logged. Facebook Live was a big thing. I jumped right on Facebook and started going. It wasn't but a week or two before I was on WKDU 91.7 in Drexel University. DJ Freedom, the same guy that I told you when I walked into the club, was my inspiration. Him and a good brother Rob Payne messaged me and said, "Yo, man, we got to get you down here." And I was just amazed because that was what I needed at that moment. Somebody to acknowledge and to reassure the faith that what I was doing was right. And I mean, moving forward from that point on, uh, I was starting to get ready to make some decisions on making my quality of life better. And within doing that, I'd say over this past a little over a year, I just started going live on Facebook Live right from the kitchen table. Not what we see here. You
Yeah.
know,
Yeah.
this is the third floor closet, the DJ Education studio. But and people started jumping on. A partner of mine at the time uh, that was watching my shows, DJ KG Gary Saunders. He was a partner with me on my show that I had you on in United We House. Um, Gary had reached out to me and said, "Yo, I have an opportunity from Ralph Baker, Ralph Boom Baker from Radio Wa, and he wants to know if DJ KG would be interested in the show." He said, I encouraged him to do it. I didn't understand at that moment that he wanted me to be a part as well. He explained to me that he wasn't technical with broadcasting and doing all that stuff. And I'm like, I know my way around a little bit, but I think we should go ahead and do it. And the owner of the radio station, DJ E Earls, uh, sat down with me on a Monday night. This was a year ago on a Monday night, and we plugged in all the programming into my laptop. And initially, it was going to be me and DJ KG on the In United We House show, uh, which that's what it turned out to be. But DJ E Earl said, "All right, now log in and play. I want to hear you for the next hour on live on the radio right now." So yeah, a little bit of nervous, but you know what? Like at a certain point, you just got to go all in, and that's what I did. That hour landed me my own show every Monday. So I have house music every Monday on radio WAAH.com from 8 p.m. Eastern time until 10 p.m. Eastern time, followed by DJ DeAnthony with his show Elevated Soul from 10 p.m. to 12 a.m. So every Monday, that's a good place to be at. DeAnthony is he's an old school guy, knows his way around the decks. So those 4 hours are a very good 4 hours to be in. And it started moving forward now with the In United We Have show. DJ KG was going through some things health wise, and he wasn't able to continue. That show originally aired from 1 p.m. Eastern only until 4 p.m. What I started doing and coming up with was how I reached out to you. I felt that the name of the show held weight in United We House. I wanted to start paying homage to everybody who paved the way before me, for the people that I play their music on a daily basis. And I started networking and I started reaching out and it is beginning to flourish. I've had Titan Davis on there. This Sunday, DJ Techniques, Baltimore legend DJ Techniques is going to be on this Sunday. I've had you on there. Rick Medell 7 from Chicago. I mean the list just goes on.
Yeah.
So that Sunday show has put me in a position for so many good things. I believe even leading all the way up, to this interview.
Yes, and while I'm listening, I'm really like seeing certain things. It's beautiful how things sound that they start to align in a wonderful way since the lockdown and the whole process that you described. So isn't it amazing sometimes that through that dark times and through the hardship is actually that can be
Conditioning.
like a soil for something
Yes.
very beautiful,
Yes.
and your story and example and the process that you are now and that path is a great example of that, just that. And I love the for the fact that it's now very organically growing and expanding. You doing the networking and everything, and I look forward uh, great things for the future for you and everyone regarding your radio shows. And again, it was truly a pleasure to be part of it and share
Yes.
my little contribution there as
Uh,
well.
to me, it was a big contribution, and I was humbly very much well honored that to get a response from you. I feel sometimes reaching out to people. Sometimes some DJs have a very big ego driven purpose. One thing that Paul Johnson told me before he passed away was if I wanted to move forward, kill that ego and remain humble. And I incorporate that into everything I do. It's a blessing when people respond to me. For me, it's kind of like a confirmation that people are noticing me more than I believe. People are starting to recognize the path and the direction that I'm going with it.
Yes, very true. That old saying that where you focus on, that grows, and that is a great example of that too. And I also believe in a humbleness, and somehow also I think that if you still if you start to think that you are somehow bigger than others, that's usually that moment when the downfall begins. I have noticed that. So
Yes.
it's better to stay humble because we all have possibility to learn something new and still keep growing and learn from the new people in the business, from the people who have been veterans in this field, and everything. Learn about the music, different gears. There's always something new to learn, which can keep you very humble and humbled to that sense.
I'm pretty sure Tony Humphrey said that the minute you become bigger than the music, or the minute your ego becomes bigger than the music, then the music don't matter. You know.
Yeah, yeah. Now, since we are talking about this house music journey of yours, and we took a bit look on your background and what got you to the house music, and also about your radio program. Now, can you give us some kind of glimpses what we can expect for the future when it comes
Yes,
to DJ education?
futuristically moving forward. I am in the process of working with uh,
Mhm.
Jesse Hudson 369. Um, Jesse is planning on bringing some awareness to CTE, which is people who suffer from concussions and things like that. Beings of what my background is outside of being a DJ, we are going to start bringing some suicide awareness podcasts. We're going to incorporate that within the music, and we're working on scheduling and getting some events together. Um, Jesse has a vision, and for me, anybody that is that dead set on a vision, and can break it down into detail for me. I'm a very driven person, So I'm honored for him to ask me to be on board with that. We're trying to go big with it. Even during my In United We House show and House Music 101, I do a public service announcement for suicide prevention. It offers a phone number. I let the people and the listeners know that if you don't feel like you can have the faith or courage to dial that number, we've already built a relationship through you listening to me. Direct message me on Facebook. So right now, I'm at the point where we're trying to incorporate this whole recovery lifestyle into the music as a side outlet for anybody that is going through something. As the music is healing you spiritually, physically, and mentally. I just want you to know that you have another option. So working on that with Jesse. The radio station just pushed past 100,000 listeners. So the CEO is now working on getting ads and promotions in there for us. So chicka chicka ching. Start
Yes.
getting start getting some money would be nice, you know. And as well as just generally trying to get as much promotion as I can for everybody, for anybody that I come encounter with that I can see is purpose driven, like you, for example. Anything that you have that you're trying to get around. I've been noticing that I seem to have a real good knack for reaching out to people and for getting people on board. The CEO wants to put me as team recruiter for the station, so I feel like my voice and my humbleness is becoming to have a reach. So going forward, I'm working on focusing on that and trying to broaden that out there to people. Faith, giving people some more faith.
Yes. Thank you so, so, so much. We are almost in our finish. I wanted to say one thing, however, I truly share the same idea that the music can be such an important outlet, and it can support your mental well-being as well. And sometimes we don't have the words for the things to express ourselves, but sometimes the music is the outlet that can help us to put things out and express ourselves. So very, very, very um, beautiful tool for supporting people along with the personal support and the helplines and everything that you were mentioning there. Now, last but not least, when we talk about the networking, if somebody would like to know more about your projects, where can they find you in social media?
You can find me on Facebook at Edward, middle initial J, last name Education, Education. On Instagram, DJ underscore education underscore 215, as well as DJ underscore education on Twitch. I'm also working on getting ready to start multi streaming. I have a concept that I'm running past the CEO. I want us to have a Twitch page, and amongst the broadcasters, somebody can take turns on actively having the music that's playing on the station current on a Twitch page, just to start moving that amongst social media to get people, to log into the station as well.
Great idea. Thank you so, so, so much for this interview. I'm sending you lots of love and blessings. And I thank you for all the contribution that you do when it comes to the music, but also when it comes to supporting people in their own healing journey. And of course, I send you much love and energy for your own healing journey. And let's keep the house music culture alive. Let's keep the happiness, the joy of DJing and enjoying the music and sharing the music with the world. Let's keep doing that. It's a beautiful
Absolutely.
way to contribute to the general well-being of people and into this world, because truly music has the power to unite people.
Yes. I want to give a shout out to my daughter. She's six
Oh,
years old.
yes.
She's 6 years old. She loves the house music. She's got her name already. So you guys be on the lookout futuristically for DJ Bumpin' Bella.
Oh,
Bumpin' Bella.
wonderful. Bumping,
Bella. Bella.
bumping Bella.
Yeah,
Shout out to DJ Bumping Bella.
she'll be the next
Woohoo!
one to rise in the house culture.
Wonderful, wonderful. So, much love to her as well, and I look forward to see all the projects of yours in future, and of course gonna be following the radio shows and looking forward all that expansion that you described here. So people stay tuned for DJ Education and tune in to the radio station for listening his program. Can you say the radio station
It's
name?
www.radiowah.com. The name of my show is In United We House. It airs every Sunday from 1, extended now till 5 p.m. From 1 to 2:30 will be a very special guest that I'm paying homage to from 2:30 to 5. I'm on the decks giving the old ones and twos to business. And every Monday night, House Music 101 from 8 p.m. Eastern until 10 p.m., followed by Elevated Soul with DJ D'Anthony.
Wonderful. Thank you so much for sharing about those radio programs. So people tune in Sundays and Mondays, right?
Yes,
Yes.
Mondays and Mondays.
Yes. You don't want to miss it. It is great mix that he's providing there and his team. Now, DJ Education, anything else you would like to add here before we wrap this up?
Yes, always keep love in your heart. Remain humble. Each one, teach one, reach one. Just keep unity within your life. Stay humble and don't have fear. The opposite of fear is love. So keep love within your heart.
Beautifully said. I salute you back and I thank you for this interview.
Thank you,
Bye
Miss Heidi.
bye,
Bye-bye.
bye from
Bye-bye.
Helsinki. Bye bye.
Bye-bye.